Hello guys and welcome back to the Spain previews and reviews for every game of the Spanish national team. We are back, international football is back and basically back for the first time in 10 months guys. So we're back here with the previews. It's been a while, but Spain now have about a year or so to prepare for Euro 2021. There'll be a lot of games, quite a lot of hard games too actually, and well, Luis Enrique is back, lots has changed. I've got to basically try and get over everything in this video as well as making it a nice condensed preview for you guys, because basically, Spain are back, Luis Enrique is back, the Nations League is back, and of course, we're starting with an absolute bang here. It's Germany versus Spain. Without any further ado, let's get into it. And like I just said there, it is worth noting that this is a Nations League fixture, so that of course means that the Nations League is back. The format is back. It's a little bit different this year than it was the other years. It's actually quite a confusing thing, the whole Nations League, but basically Spain are in quite a tough group here. We've got ourselves, Germany, Switzerland, and also Ukraine in there. So whoever comes top of the group will then go on to the finals. 4 teams go through to that. Then there's a semi-final, or 2 semi-finals and then a final. Whoever comes bottom of this group gets relegated to League B. The 2 middle teams will stay and go again in the next 1 or 2 years. It's quite a confusing format, but hey, what we want to do is try and come top of the group. We know it's going to be hard. Germany and Switzerland, super hard teams. Ukraine, if we want any chance of doing this, we have to beat them both home and away, in my opinion. It's going to get hard, it's quite a tough group, and yeah, that's the format of the Nations League. Let's get on to the preview. Because this fixture will be coming to us live from the Mercedes-Benz Arena. I believe it's the Stuttgart Stadium, don't hold me to it. It's going to be 7:45 PM UK time. I believe no fans in the stadium. Honestly, you'd expect it to be behind closed doors, but I know that they're reintroducing them, doing some tests of late in some places. But anyway, I'd suspect no fans. But to be honest, guys, for a first international game back, it's a pretty huge game, and I think if someone comes out victorious in this match, if there is to be a winner, it can end in a draw, of course, it is a group stage fixture, but whoever wins this, say there is a winner, I think that would be massive for them. I think whoever wins this will probably go on to top the group and have a good chance at winning the whole competition. But like I said, the Nations League, it is quite an odd little tournament, and I do want to go and see if we can have a good shot at it. But let's start with the home team, Germany, guys. Like I say, the home team for this fixture, they still have Low as their coach. I don't know how you pronounce it, Yogi Low. The classic manager. He's been there for a load of time now. Probably about 10 years is it in total. I think I remember him back at the 2010 World Cup, if I think about it. So, hey, he's got a wonderful team at his disposal. But what I will say about this Germany side is they are beatable. Not long ago, guys, they finished bottom of their Nations League group to France and Netherlands in the last edition of this competition, and they were lucky not to get relegated to League B. They would have been, but they changed the format. Something dodgy there perhaps, but if the Germany is still here, that's why we'll be facing them. And also, guys, in qualifying, I think for the Euros, they actually faced some recent losses to Netherlands. I remember that quite well, so I still consider Germany a top team, and they probably do come in as favourites here, but I just wanted to mention that they are beatable, and probably aren't maybe as good as they were a few years back. We don't have to go further back either, guys. You think about the 2018 World Cup, they were horrific in that. I think they came bottom of the group, and like I say, Germany, I still think they're a good side. I think they've been getting some good results of late, outscoring a lot of teams, but when they face tough opposition or decent opposition, I don't think that they're that good anymore. That's what I will say. So it will be an interesting game. All of that on top of the fact that this is, 10 months without international football. So honestly, we don't know what on earth is going to happen out on that pitch. It could be completely mental. It could be very odd indeed. Almost like a pre-season friendly, just everyone getting used to each other again and getting their fitness back on. A lot of players who play here wouldn't have actually played for quite a while. Their seasons would have ended a while ago. And yeah, that makes it really interesting. But it's also quite interesting, guys, that when you look at the Germany squad, they've decided to leave quite a few people at home, and that's mainly because of the Champions League. So there'll be no Neuer, there'll be no Goretzka, there'll be no Serge Gnabry. Marco Reus, I believe, is still injured. Joshua Kimmich will not be there. No Klostermann, no Halstenberg. Those people are from Leipzig. And I think perhaps even a few other key players. But, no Bayern players, no Reus, of course, and no Leipzig players. That does cause Germany issues. It really does. Some really key players missing there. And you would feel with a full-strength side, they would be beating us. But we've taken almost the core of the team out there, and it will be interesting. They have still a very strong squad indeed, as you will be able to see very, very soon. But I just wanted to mention that Germany perhaps aren't at their strongest right now, and that could make it quite an open game. On to Spain now then, and well, what crazy times we live in, because let's go back all the way to 2018, where Luis Enrique was appointed as the coach. He then had to depart pretty soon after his appointment, as his daughter got cancer and actually died very soon after. That was really tragic, a really sad moment. But anyway, in that meantime, it was Robert Moreno who came in instead. He managed us for a little while. He did a decent job, to be fair. You know, he didn't do badly. He managed us for a few games. He didn't do bad whatsoever, but quite soon after, Luis Enrique then decided, hey, I want to come back, and that actually made Moreno quite furious. Before Luis Enrique decided to come back, it had been agreed that if he did want to return to his position as the Spain manager, Moreno would step aside, but when it actually came to fruition, Moreno did not want to leave, and that made things really, really interesting. That essentially made even more drama in this already terrible situation. But anyway, at the end of the day, Enrique, it was his wish to come back. That was the decision. He came back. Moreno, no longer part of his team. He came out with Unsue, who I don't know if you guys remember, used to be his assistant at Barcelona. Unsue came back and then got ALS, so he now cannot be part of the team. He only has a few more years to live. And it's actually quite tragic, the whole Spain situation right now. You know, what is going on? We had it with Lopetegui before, then Hierro came in, Luis Enrique comes in, his daughter tragically passes away at a very young age, Moreno comes in, then Enrique comes back, Moreno gets furious and there's a massive bust-up between two people who used to be really good friends. Enrique comes back with Unsue, who then realises that he only has a few more years to live, and it's just like, what is going on, guys? So, yeah, some really sad moments there, but what we've got now is Enrique as our coach, and then we're ready to start the Nations League. That's where we are, guys. We've got the Euros next summer, and we've got a year to prepare now. And on more to the preview side of things, I thought it'd be interesting to give some backstory there, but it is going to be interesting to see how we play, because I just think, you know, our form in the past hasn't been terrible, but actually in the last Nations League group we played in, we massively bottled it. We absolutely bottled the Nations League finals, and not the finals, we didn't even get into the finals, because we completely bottled the group stage. We beat England 2-1 away, we beat Croatia 6-0 at home, and we were literally set. And then what we did is we lost 3-2 to England at home, 3-2 to Croatia away, and we were out of the Nations League, essentially. We were not going to be going through to the finals, and we just hope that doesn't happen again. Luis Enrique has picked a really youthful side. It's very exciting, I'm not going to lie, the squad. I really do like the look of it, and I'm excited to see it in action, to be honest, you know. There's some really good picks in there, as you guys will be able to see on your screens right now, but what's also been quite interesting is more chaos. Oyarzábal's not going to be there, Adama's not going to be there, and Asensio's not going to be there. They've all dropped out. Oyarzábal and Adama have COVID, and Asensio, I think, has a bit of a knee issue, I'm led to believe. He's not going to be in the Germany game, I don't believe. And I think the only player we've actually picked to replace all three of these guys is Gerard Moreno, who surely should have been picked from the beginning, but hey, at least he's in there now. But other than that, I think we just have a 22-man squad now. That's how we're going to be keeping it. But onto the game, you know, it should be an open game. Our squad is strong. Luis Enrique always does like to throw up a surprise in the lineups, but let's go on to those, because that's where I really want to speak here, some tactics, and how the game could actually play out. So let's start with this Germany lineup. We don't really know what's going to happen here, but I've put this on the screen. Leno, you'd imagine, would get the nod in goal. No Ter Stegen, no Neuer, so that will certainly be the case. I think Kehler's going to get a slot at right back, which I find really interesting, how he has to go and play for Germany, but all the Bayern players who play the same amount of football as Kehler did with PSG, of course, just get to have the national team off. I don't know what's going on there, but yep, Kehler's in. At centre-back, Süle and Ginter. Rudiger could certainly play, but I'm just not entirely sure. And the rumours are that Gerstens is going to get the nod at left back. Schultz has been massively disappointing at Dortmund, so I think Gerstens is going to get the nod. I think we're going to be seeing a double pivot in midfield of Gundogan and Kroos. And then ahead of them, guys, we've got, well, one heck of a front four here for Germany. It could be Sane on either the left or the right, Brandt on either wing either. And then you've got Kai Havertz in behind Timo Werner. The Chelsea combination, I'm going to be so excited to see how that plays out. I just hope for this game that maybe they have an off day, maybe they don't play so well. Hey, we'll have to wait and see what happens with those two. It's a good team. I mentioned earlier, you know, Germany are missing a lot of players, but it's still a really strong lineup. It's a sort of lineup that can cause our defence and midfield really big issues. But I look at the Germany defence, I look at their midfield, and I just think, let's get at them. Let's see if we can dominate this game. Once they get into that front four, they certainly can hurt us, but let's see what we can do for ourselves here, because let me pull up our lineup here, and this isn't what I think we're going to go for. This is what I would play for this game. I've gone for Unai Simon in goal. I just can't merit putting De Gea or Kepa in the lineup, but I think one of them will start. I'll put Simon. He's had a great season with Bilbao, and I hope that he gets the nod in goal for a big game like this. I've gone for Navas at right back. I think he deserves it over Carvajal right now, to be honest, but you'd expect Carvajal to start. Ramos have put at centre-back, of course. It's just who will partner him. Is it Pau Torres? Is it Eric Garcia? Is it Diego Llorente? For a game of this magnitude, I've gone for Pau Torres. That could certainly be our partnership come the Euros. And then at left back, I've gone Reguilon. I really like José Luis Gaya, but I just think Reguilon, similarly to Navas, he massively deserves this opportunity. So I'd give him his first Spain start. In midfield, I've gone for, well, the glorious midfield three for me. I've got Busquets at the base of it, Thiago to one side, and Fabian to the other side. This is where we can win the game, guys. I'm telling you, Fabian Ruiz turns into a different player when he's with the national team. And then you've got Thiago and Busquets there slotting in next to him. That's where we can win this game. That's where the midfield needs to be dominated, and I'm really excited to see it play out. And then up front, I've gone for this lineup. Whilst I think Rodrigo, the new lead signing, is going to be playing here, I would like to see this front three. I've gone for Ferran Torres on the right, Ansu Fati on the left, and Gerard Moreno up front. For me, that would be one heck of a lineup. I think that would be so exciting. You know, you've got width in it. Look at that midfield. I like the defence too, and I look through this Spain team, and it's probably the first Spain team I've gone through, and I've thought, hey, this could be our lineup for the Euros, or similar sort of thing for this. It's youthful, it's got quality, it's got balance to it, it's got everything for me, and you know, maybe about a few changes. Maybe we have a different goalkeeper, different fullbacks, you know, even a centre-back, different striker. You can change a few things, of course, over the course of the year, depending on performance, how certain things work, injuries and whatnot. But this is a good base. And if we play this against Germany, I think we've got a good shot. Like I said earlier, I think there could certainly be a few changes here. I think the midfield will probably stay, but what I wouldn't be surprised to be seeing is Luis Enrique putting in an extra midfielder, maybe Dani Olmo, maybe a Merino, maybe even a Rodri, and then taking out one or two of the attackers. We'd have to wait and see. They've done some weird stuff like that in the past, but for me that 4-3-3 has balance, and it has enough to beat Germany, which would be one heck of a monumental first game back. So to prediction-wise, to wrap up the video, guys, I'm going to go for a 2-2. I think most people are predicting either a 1-1 here or a narrow Germany win, and I would say that's fair. I really would. I think we could see a draw here simply because no one really knows what to expect. It's the first game back for a lot of people. You know, it's just national team squads. A load of players put together and said, hey, let's see if we can win this game. Not a lot of training's been happening, just, I think, 2 or 3 days, so it could be a big, big win for us if we get it, but a loss could also be massively detrimental. So that's why I think a draw would suit both teams. It keeps the group really open. We've got to keep an eye on the other game, Switzerland versus Ukraine. You'd expect Switzerland to win, but if Ukraine can take anything off them, that would be probably a good result for both of us, because we've got Ukraine at home next, which we really need to be winning after this one. But hey, anything but a loss here for Spain, and I think we're in the running. It's going to be really, really hard, and it's actually a little bit nerve-wracking, because I know they say we lose this game, it could actually shut us out of the Nations League completely. We may not even have a chance to get back into top spot. It could just be Germany from here on out. That could be it, guys. So it seems difficult. I'd love to do something in the Nations League. I really would. You know, it's nothing to brag about winning the Nations League, of course, but it's a nice tournament. What I like about it is its competitiveness. It's not just friendlies. It gets you going. There's a little group stage, a little mini tournament at the end. It's quite exciting. It's something nice, you know, to find out about your team. You can progress through the year in a competitive manner. And I hope we can give ourselves a good boost here. A win against Germany tomorrow night would be amazing, but I just can't really see it right now. I'm not sure what lineup we're going to be playing with, and I think Germany at home too. I know they don't have any fans, but you know, it's in Germany. They'll probably be feeling a lot more comfortable. They've got a very good team, especially that front four. And it's going to be a difficult game. They'll probably be feeling that they can win it, but you never know. Like I said, it's going to be an open game. It's actually a game I'm quite excited for, so I'll see you guys all for the review. It's going to be coming on Friday, and I look forward to seeing you guys all there. Leave all your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.